Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about NIO. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today in this video, we're going to be doing a rundown of what happened on NIO Day. Where do I think the stock is going to be headed in the next trading session, and my overall price prediction given the information we actually did see on NIO Day. So if you guys didn't know, today is January 9th. Of 2021, and the long-awaited NIO Day has happened. Basically, we did get a lot of huge insight on NIO Day, and it was a lot of spectacular news. In my opinion, the biggest news is the release of the new sedan. Now, a lot of people may be wondering why this is such a big deal. So NIO, being an EV company based out of China producing luxury EV cars, actually did not have a sedan in production and actually does not sell sedans. They only had an SUV lineup. That means that NIO as a company only sold SUVs. Now, taking a look at it from a bigger perspective, the reason why this is a big deal is because Tesla has made a bigger expansion into China. We have seen that Tesla is really making the move to start expanding all around the world. And taking a look at it from a bigger perspective, the fact that NIO combated Tesla's expansion into China by dropping its first ever SUV just goes to show, that NIO is trying really, really hard to stay on top of the competition. NIO currently being the top EV company of China. I'm not talking about Tesla in itself, but I'm talking about out of its Chinese competitors, Li Auto and XPeng in itself. NIO currently ranks number one as far as EV sales, as far as, how many vehicles are actually sold and share price in itself. But, NIO releasing the sedan is a huge piece of news, and it's a huge catalyst into the game. NIO really being, the top EV company, wanting to be the top EV company. In the release of the ET7 sedan, we got to see it, and I'm super, super excited. And this was just absolutely fantastic news. Now, NIO is aiming to expand its product lineup to attract more customers. That's probably the main reason on why NIO has been dropping so many new cars. It's not just this sedan that's actually going to be dropping, but it's actually going to be another sedan, another SUV, and a minivan, really trying to appeal to its customer base all around the board. Really trying to distinguish itself from other EV companies. And the launch of the ET7 sedan, it does a 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, so it's actually a very fast car. And it just goes to show that, on NIO Day when this was actually revealed, I was super, super excited to see it. Honestly, I wish I could own one. But, looking at it from a bigger perspective, this is a huge catalyst in the game, because not only is this putting NIO on the map more as far as, making a better vehicle lineup, but NIO purposely doing this to combat Tesla's expansion in China makes NIO it's like a double win in both categories. Aside from the sedan itself that we got to see on NIO Day, we also got to see the 150 kilowatt battery. Now, this is going to be able to offer a 1,000 kilometer charge basically to anybody who puts it in. And if you guys don't know, having a bigger and better battery is a huge deal in the EV game. It is a huge catalyst. A lot of EV companies working very hard out there to perfect and to really outperform when it comes to the battery power. Just because if you took a look at Tesla's cars in the earlier days, a lot of the complaints were about battery power, about how these cars couldn't go that far without a full battery charge. But NIO, earlier in 2020, they really started to announce more about a 100 kilowatt battery. But on NIO Day, we did get to see that they dropped a 150 kilowatt battery. And it not only does it offer more range, but it also gets to charge faster, which is, like I said, is a big deal in the EV game in itself. So being able to see the ET7 sedan, really the overall schematics on it, and the 150 kilowatt battery were two huge catalysts in the game. But also on NIO Day, we did get a lot more. We also got to see its update on its self-autonomous driving technology, another huge catalyst in the game. Now, like I said, a lot of other EV companies out there are working to perfect the self-autonomous driving technology just because it is a huge catalyst in the game. A lot of people are really working on these self-driving chips, whether it be XPeng or Tesla or NIO or all these other big-time EV companies. Now, what I love about NIO in itself is they're not just working on a self-autonomous driving system like these other EV companies are, but NIO trying to roll out a whole new business line from it. NIO is working on a robo-taxi delivery service. It just goes to show, that NIO is trying to be as innovative as possible, taking really its technology to the next step by not just stopping at the self-autonomous driving technology that customers can enjoy, but rolling into a whole nother business line is only going to continue to expand the company in itself. And it's also going to continue, really getting NIO's name out there. But on NIO Day, we did get to see the ET7 sedan. We got to see the upgraded battery. And we also got to see the update on the self-autonomous driving technology. But we also got to see an update on the battery swap stations all around China. if you guys were reading the schematics about it, you know, really overall, that means that a customer can stop by, swap out the battery that only takes 3 minutes, and then they can be on their way. You know, there was so many good pieces of news on NIO Day. We really got to see an expansion of the business, where NIO stock is actually going to be headed, where NIO as a company in itself is actually going to be headed. And I love how basically NIO Day went very perfect. It really showed us the vision of the company in itself. So where does this leave NIO stock? Should you buy NIO stock at $59.06? I'm going to say it's a definite yes. You guys should pick up NIO stock at $59.06. Obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. But after all these good pieces of news and really NIO Day being a success and the overall vision of the company has been set, you know, I know that the stock is going to go up. And where do I think that NIO stock is going to be headed in the next trading session? I could see a decent 5 to 10% kind of upgrade from here from NIO stock in itself, and I could actually see an analyst upgrade as well. I know it's going to be coming around the corner that one of these big time analysts probably is going to give NIO stock an upgrade. I'm not sure on what the overall price is going to be. You know, NIO being a very volatile stock, I don't know which direction it could actually go down. You know, nobody really knows. But really seeing how NIO handled everything and really seeing how it's trying to combat Tesla's expansion into China, backed by a lot of huge time analysts, plans to expand into Europe by the middle of this year, goes to show that NIO as a company has this huge vision that honestly cannot be stopped. It cannot be, you know, it can't be stopped overall in its expansion. You know, we saw on NIO Day how it's really working hard on the self-autonomous driving technology, a bigger and better battery, dropping out whole new vehicle lines, and trying to expand it to Europe, and really trying to be the top EV company of China. Goes to show that NIO's merit is there, along with the good guidance from the CEO. You know, he's trying really hard to really expand his company outward, really trying to get NIO known all around the world. Like I said, also backed by a lot of big time analysts, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank. I'm only seeing a lot of time of upside from here, and my price prediction does remain the same. I do think that NIO stock is going to hit $100 by the end of this year. It could be actually sooner. Nobody really knows, but based on all the good news, how NIO's sales are actually continuously increasing, we did get a look at their December deliveries, and they were absolutely fantastic, delivering a lot more vehicles, you know, than they did the previous month. And even looking at the 1 year chart, the stock is up 1,616%. It really cannot be combated with the overall EV market maturity, you know, and the expansion of the EV market in itself. People are starting to truly notice the power of battery power. People are starting to notice that these companies are probably going to be a lot more valuable in the short-term future and in the long-term future as well. Backed by all the good news that we saw on NIO Day, how NIO Day was a success, backed by a lot of big-time analysts, the overall EV market maturity and the demand is continuously growing at a super rampant rate. The fact that NIO is in a very explosive industry, which is the EV industry in itself. We've seen how many EV companies have IPO'd this year alone, and we have seen how many companies are after, you know, being the top battery power performer of their specific class or whatever they're trying to go for. But that definitely means that I think people should be picking up NIO stock, that NIO stock is probably going to be going on a whole new level, especially after today. And we've seen the vision of the company, and I know that NIO stock is going to be doing great things in the short and long-term future. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of NIO stock. Do you think NIO stock is a good buy at $59.06? Do you think that NIO Day was a success? If you guys own NIO stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.